Welcome to the Out of Capes podcast for The Flash Season 2, Episode 7, titled Guerrilla Warfare. Caitlin, good. This is a weekly podcast focusing on CW's The Flash series. I'm one of your co-hosts, Gorilla Staffa.
And I'm Eric.
Looks like you're the Gorilla Grodd.
Nope.
I'll
That's how I normally look.
You're the visuals. I'll be the audio. So, anyways, the way how this show is structured is we're gonna have a discussion on the episode. After that, we're gonna review and rate it, and then we're gonna close out the show. But for anyone who wants to stick around afterwards, we're gonna go into spoilers and theories. So before we get going, just want to do a quick disclaimer that all opinions expressed on this show are of our own and not of our employers, whether past, present, or future. So let's get going.
Okay.
There seems to be just from last night's episode, there was two main themes that I picked up. Yep. One pretty much being Team Flash building trust and working with Earth 2 Wells.
Harry.
Yep, Harry. And the other one is Barry, pretty much, being broken down and rebuilding himself.
Yep.
So which one you want to talk about?
Let's go with Harry.
All right. So, it was obvious when he first entered the show that they were going to distrust him.
Yep.
So now this episode was, let's finally get that over with and get the team to trust him and, be all happy and united.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he wanted to leave, go back to Earth 2, and because he had no plan B. And Caitlin is like, we need you. And that was it.
Yep. Thing I didn't get was how he was just sitting at a bar when everyone knows that Harrison Wells is dead. He's just sitting at a bar and no one's reacting to that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't really think much of that. I just basically thought, well, people at the bar probably aren't the science types.
But they still know that Harrison Wells was the face of the particle accelerator that blew up.
I don't know. Maybe the bar people don't really pay too much attention to the news.
Okay, Safa.
Who invented the internet? You ask someone at the bar, they'll be like, I don't know, Al Gore. They don't know.
True.
Am I discriminating people at the bar?
Maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, one thing that bugged me was that they haven't learned their lesson with using live bait.
Nope.
It
has never worked.
Was it last week's episode all about live bait going wrong?
Yep.
Zoom going after Linda and just everything going wrong. And they're like, hey, let's do this again. The exact same plan. They had Wells dress up as Reverse Flash. They had, Caitlyn as bait.
Yep. I love how they had her as bait and they dressed her up kind of like King Kong. Like they dressed her up as the girl that gets kidnapped by King Kong wearing all white. I was like, yep, she's gonna get kidnapped.
I didn't even think of that. But I did keep noticing her outfit. I'm like, that's not really something you'd wear at like a science lab.
Exactly.
But yeah. I was like, so um, they had Harrison Wells dressed up as Reverse Flash, and he was talking to Grodd about the promise of giving the city to him and stuff like that. How does he know of this promise?
I don't know.
Did did he make that same promise to Earth 2, Grodd?
Maybe. Here's the other thing too about that scene I didn't get was how freaking Grodd just chucked him across the room. He hit the like wall and fell down, and he was able to get up with like barely any injuries.
Well, it's because he's a main character. So you
Or
can't
maybe
just
he has healing because he's a speedster too.
Nah, I don't think he's a speedster.
You never know. He could be Johnny Quick, and his daughter is Jessie Quick.
Um, no. He could be Harrison Wells.
No. He has to be a dude, pretend to be another dude, disguised as another dude.
Oh, so like Mission Impossible, where he takes the mask off and then he takes another mask off.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, so let me look through my notes. What else we got? We got so Wells, talking to Caitlyn, he came up with a plan to capture Zoom.
Yes.
Basically close off all of uh the portals except for one. So that way Zoom has to go through that one.
Yes.
I mean, not much to say there, I guess. I mean, I guess we could speculate. I don't really.
Do you think it's a good plan?
It's gonna go wrong somehow.
Yes.
Just like every other plan, it's
Yep.
gonna go wrong.
Yep. Because Zoom will probably bring in a whole bunch of people, so then it's like Flash versus like 5 people probably.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And I don't know. Anything else we want to talk about? The whole trust building with Wells.
hmm. Okay, did you find the whole scene with Cisco, Ramon, and Harry like saying the whole like I've always saw you as a son, Cisco scene really weird?
Yeah, I wasn't convinced.
I wasn't either, but like it was just really weird that Cisco asked him to do those exact words.
Yeah. Yeah, that did seem weird. Like Tom Cavanaugh's acting has been very different this season because he's
Yes.
playing a different character. So I don't know, like him being Earth 2 Wells trying to be Reverse Flash. Like I didn't feel like he was acting like Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Um, so we want to talk about Barry.
Sure.
All right, so it was pretty obvious that Barry had to uh rebuild himself. He got broken down. He needs to he needs to build himself back up. And one thing I mentioned during last week's podcast was that I said that uh the city was probably going to assume Flash was dead. They didn't
Yeah.
even like, you know, bring
Yeah.
that up at all. So I was wrong. In fact, like I guess everyone assumed he was still alive. Like they didn't even care.
Yeah.
Oh, Flash is fine. No worries.
Yep.
Let's not worry about Flash at all.
Yep.
So I was wrong, but it just made it seem kind of awkward that no one really cared.
Yeah.
In fact, the only person who was making a big deal about it was Barry.
It's Barry.
He was like, "Everyone saw me lose,"
I know Barry's really emo this season.
and like no one else mentioned anything. Like they didn't show like a news clip of, "Oh, what happened to the Flash? Is he alive? We haven't seen him for a week."
Yeah.
You know, none of that.
Nope.
Um, Barry, while he's rebuilding himself, he's getting calls from Patty,
Yes.
and seems that the Joseph Barry combo of storytelling doesn't work out too well.
Nope.
They tell completely opposite stories.
Yep.
Like, how do they both land on the whole chicken soup subject and yet say the complete opposite thing?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, and that whole thing is just eventually he's gonna have to tell her.
I was assuming, like the one of the final scenes of the episode where they're all at Star Labs and they're congratulating themselves for defeating Grodd.
Yeah.
I thought Patty was gonna walk in because it just seemed like that's the thing that would happen because she was like she was getting suspicions of Barry
Yes.
and Joe lying, and also Star Labs has the worst security ever. Even though they said that they upgraded the security,
Yep.
people still are walking in. So,
I thought
I,
it was, I thought it was gonna be in his lab.
okay. I thought she was gonna walk in and be like, Barry, I made out with the Flash.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, but yeah, I agree with you. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be sooner rather than later that she's gonna find out.
Yeah.
But Barry covering up his lie with another lie.
Just Barry. He
Yep,
learned it from Secret Man.
yep. Secret Joe, Killer Joe. Man, Joe is like the opposite of your like you know your average TV hero who doesn't want to kill at all.
Yeah.
Joe's like, let's kill Grodd, let's kill Wells, let's kill them all.
Yep.
Joe is trigger happy. He just wants to like increase his kill death ratio.
Yep.
The COD master. Um. Oh, what else was I gonna say? So, yeah, we have Patty who's gonna, eventually figure it out,
Yeah.
and let me look at my notes real quick. Joe, Barry, Bill. Oh, his dad, Henry.
Yes.
How did Iris find him?
That is a very good question because I don't know either.
Because he mentioned
he was living in the forest. So how did
Yeah.
she find him? That is a very
I
good question.
like they did not need to add that line because that just adds more questions.
Exactly.
That line didn't answer questions. It just adds more questions because like I'm
Or
assuming the writers are
maybe,
like,
or maybe he's lying to Barry, and he's not. He wasn't living in the forest.
like the way how I see it is that the writers were like, okay, let's explain why Henry hasn't contacted Barry. Oh, he was living in the forest. Well, if he was living in the forest, how did Iris find him?
Exactly.
He's like off the grid. She couldn't have called him because he can't call Barry. So she would had to have gone to the forest and searched for him.
Yeah.
So that makes no sense. Um. Yeah. All right. So other than that, we have we have hints of Joe wanting a son, which I guess we could talk about that in the spoilers section, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me highlight that so I can talk about that later. Uh, 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 highlight. There we go. And I guess Cisco and Hot Girl.
Yes.
Cisco got a what's a Voner, a a Vibe. Is that what he got when he made out with her?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much just flat out said she's Hot Girl.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're probably gonna see more of that soon. And Grodd gets they show where he ends up. I'm assuming that's Gorilla City.
Yes. Gorilla City.
Yeah, like I was thinking it's either Gorilla City or Commandy, but Commandy's like in the future.
Yeah.
So
It's probably Gorilla City since it's in Africa.
yeah. All right. So anything else we want to talk about from last night's episode?
No.
All right. So I guess it's time for us to review and rate. Or give a rating for this episode, which is out of 5. And I gotta give this 3 out of 5 Caitlyn outfits because like it seemed all right. Like there wasn't much great with it. There wasn't anything wrong with it. It was an all right episode, but like um my main issue with the episode is that it seemed like another distraction, just like the first Grodd episode. It
Yeah.
it didn't have much to do with like the main storyline other than um them building trust with Harrison Wells. That was like the main thing right there.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like that needed its own episode. That could have been just something that happened gradually over the season. It didn't need like a whole episode dedicated to, hey, now we trust Wells. So that's why I give it a 3 out of 5. How about you, Eric?
I would probably give it a 3 out of 5 Gorilla Grods for the same reasons because it was an alright episode. It wasn't like amazing and it wasn't like bad. It was just average, which
Yeah.
is to me the season is in almost every episode we've been giving like 3s to because they aren't like amazing episodes.
Yeah. Like so far I think only 2 episodes we've given a 4,
Yeah.
and now we're back to 3s. So like this season has been pretty average so far.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it's in a way that's kind of disappointing because I expect more out of the Flash.
And I got into this, which is when we talked about like what we expect for season 2, and I said how Arrow dropped off after like the next series goes. I think Flash is dropping off now because of Legends of Tomorrow.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I think you're probably right.
that
So,
also,
anyways,
also I saw this joke too. Was that the reason why Barry was in a wheelchair for most of the episode is they couldn't afford the CGI of Flash with Gorilla Grodd and King Shark the past 2 episodes. They couldn't afford the CGI for this episode very much. So they had Barry stay in a wheelchair for like most of the whole episode.
I was just thinking. I was only thinking that they probably had him in the wheelchair because it was, I guess, trying to like parallel with
Well,
Wells or something. But there wasn't really much to parallel though. I mean, there wasn't too much similarities other than the fact that he was on the wheelchair. That's it.
yeah.
But yeah. So let's wrap up the show.
Okay.
All right. So Um, before we go into spoilers, just want to close out the show for anyone who doesn't want to listen to spoilers. So, we don't have any listener feedback or anything this week.
Not
If
to my
you,
knowledge.
yeah, not that we know of. If you enjoy what you've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. Leave an iTunes review. You can contact us by email. That's capes@outofcontinues.com. All those things can be found on the website. That's www.outofcontinues.com/TV podcasts. You can give me a tweet. I am at Sayed Stafa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA.
And I'm at emesker712, EMEKZGER712.
If you like video games, check out the Out of Continues podcast. It goes up every Monday on outofcontinues.com, which I'm talking about video games. Video games. So, anyways, with that said, I'm Stafa.
And I'm Eric.
And I guess we won't see you next week. There's no episode next week.
There's no episode until the 1st of December.
All right,
The
so
crossover episode.
so that's in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys either in 2 weeks or we'll see you in a little bit in the spoiler section.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Turn off your MP3. Turn off the YouTube video if you don't want to listen to spoilers. Big spoiler alert. Arrow and Flash. That's it.
Yep.
Another crossover episode.
Which is every year now.
Yeah. Like, so far, the crossover episodes have been the worst Flash episodes.
Yes.
So with that said, my expectations are very low.
Now it's crossing over with Legends now too, so it's gonna be like a whole episode just trying to set up Legends.
Yeah, they have been doing quite a bit of hyping for this one though. Like there's commercials or ads. There's ads saying, "Hey, tune in to the news at 10 to get like screenings for a free screening for the crossover episode." Did they have that with your local station as well?
No.
Oh, okay. So they have that over here. They're like, "Hey, there's a free screening."
Also California.
Yeah. So, well, I also saw that on Facebook as well. They're posting that.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But yeah, there's gonna be a crossover episode. We see Hawk Girl in the thing, the preview.
Yes. And we see Hawkman too.
Yep. Vandal Savage. So this is going to be a basically a preview for Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
This is Vandal Savage, the big bad of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. So this is gonna be all the build up. I'm gonna jump off a limb and say that Adam is gonna be on here as well.
Yes. Because he was in the last episode of Arrow.
Oh, was he?
Yes. They saved
Oh,
him.
oh, okay. See, I haven't watched Arrow. After that first episode of this season, I was like, I'm done. I haven't watched Arrow at all after that.
And then you don't even watch Supergirl or
No,
Gotham.
no, I don't. My time is too precious for me to waste it on bad television.
Supposedly, the most recent Supergirl was good with Livewire.
Live Wire. Oh, she's the electric girl.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I don't watch bad TV shows, so I'm done with Arrow.
It's not bad. Well,
It's definitely
you
bad.
got your brother. You got your brother that has convinced you that it's a bad show.
No, he didn't. Like,
Your brother was also the one that thought season 2 was bad, and everyone thinks season 2 was the best season.
I'm done with Arrow. I gave it one last chance. Like, I thought season 3 was terrible, and then I gave it one last chance with this season premiere, and I was like, nope, I'm done. They're still driving that van down that same empty street, chasing really bad criminals who cannot hit them with a single bullet, like stormtroopers. No, this show's bad. I am done.
I'm not gonna defend it. I'm not gonna defend it anymore with you. I've given up.
I
don't
gave
have
up too.
I don't feel like to try to defend the show. I'll still watch it.
Hey, if it was a good show, it wouldn't need defending.
No, because like I said, I think you got your brother to convince you that it's a bad show.
Nah. What else we got? Oh, so Joe's son,
Yes, Wally.
Wally West. They're
Mm-hmm.
pretty much hinting at him. Like, you see how he's like, oh, I wish I had a son, and
Iris just gives a face like, I got a secret.
yep, she can't handle secrets like the master.
Nope.
No, she doesn't have that super secret ability
Nope.
like Secret Man. So, do you think we're gonna see him like in the second half of the season, or
Probably.
like I think maybe he's gonna just show up at like the very end of the season, and then he's gonna be like season 3.
Here's what I think, and this kind of gets into who I think might be Flash, or not Flash, Zoom. Is I think Zoom is actually Earth 2 version of Wally. That way, they can reveal both characters at the same time.
Nah,
Nah.
nah,
Okay.
nah.
Those are my two that I think Zoom is Earth 2, Henry, Allen, or Earth 2, Wally.
I think it's either Henry or Eddie.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Eddie would probably be a big, like, reveal.
Eddie Brock.
Yep. It's Venom.
Yep.
It's Venom.
Yep, we tied it together.
Oh my gosh.
He's dressed in black. There you go.
I also seen that someone posted that they think Zoom is John Cena.
Oh my god. I don't understand why like there's John Cena memes. Like I don't understand it. Like where did that even come from?
I have no idea.
Like it's like you're watching a video and then oh, it's John Cena. It's like oh my god, it's not funny.
There's also a Skyrim mod too, where when you do a sneak attack, you do sneak attack, and then it does the John Cena theme song.
RKO out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I know that's not John Cena. Don't write in. Tell me that it's Randy Orton. I know Randy Orton does the RKO. That's what RKO stands for. Is Randy Kevin Orton.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
No, I made that up. I don't even know what his middle name is. So, anyways, any other sports we have to talk about?
Nope.
Speedweed.
Speedweed. That's his. That's a person's name.
Speedweed. Speedweed Force.
Yep.
All right, let's close out then.
Okay.
We'll see you guys later.
Later.